Hey, Javier.
Hello, hello. How you doing?
Pretty good. Are you local to Florida?
Yes, I live in Ocala.
Cala? Okay, me too.
How
Have
about
you
you?
been to meetups on Monday at the power plant?
Um, do not know where the power plant is because I've been here a couple of years only, but I haven't looked into those places.
Okay. It's downtown. I think they're at the CEP office.
What kind of meetups you guys have? The same Flutter or?
So they have a tech meetup every Monday. It's pretty much like local companies meet up there and they pretty much talk about tech.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. They have like beer and pizza there sometimes. I'll give it 2 more minutes, see who else joins. If not, I'm just going to start. So, are you interested in Flutter or any type of development?
Pretty much any type of development. Flutter definitely has been my little hobby.
Okay.
So what do you do? What is your background?
I've been a software developer for about 10 years. Oh, where'd she go? Yeah, so I started off with web development and moved into mobile development and just stayed in the mobile development space.
It's cool.
Yeah, I've been
You work
mostly
in a
on
local company?
iPhone apps.
You work on a local company here?
Yeah. Yeah, so I have my own digital agency. So far, locally, I don't really have any like big commissions. A lot of them are just local companies wanting websites for their business.
That's good. It looks like you're supposed to have like 20 attendees. But you should have a couple of people coming in soon.
Hopefully, it's 20.
In my experience, usually half of them show up. But because of summer, it might be less.
Yeah, I haven't done a meetup in a while. I think it's been over a year.
Yeah, it's because of the COVID kept everybody inside, and now that everybody's free, they don't want to do meetups. So
Yeah. So do you have Flutter set up on your computer already?
yes, I have used some VS Code.
Okay.
I got Android Studio tools.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll be using VS Code. I probably won't be running in a simulator. Most likely I'll just use Chrome.
Okay.
Yeah, it takes a long time for Xcode and Android Studio to start up.
Yeah.
Give it 2 more minutes. Hi, Soyun.
Hi, how are you?
Doing good.
Yes.
Hello, hello.
Oh, nice. We got some more people coming in. Give it a minute more before we get started. Does anyone else here work with Flutter?
No.
Yes.
Is that Jermaine?
Wait, did you ask have I worked with Flutter?
Yeah.
No, I rescind that. No, I haven't. I'm sorry.
What about any other programming language?
I'm kind of new to it all.
Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to just grasp like how I should focus the presentation on. So if you have like any programming background or not. So I know Javier is going to try to follow along. He has Flutter set up. Is anyone else going to follow along?
I have Android Studio set up on standby.
Okay. I'll be using Visual Studio Code.
Okay. I can use that too. Hold on 1 second.
Nice, we're at 5 now. All right, so I guess I'll get started. Let me know if you guys can see the screen.
Yes, I did.
Thanks. So I'm pretty new to Flutter, and I've been running this meetup group for a while. So I thought it would be a good idea to learn Flutter and then also get content for the group. So I'm going to do this 100-day Flutter challenge. Day one's going to be pretty simple. We're just going to create a list view where we can add things and then show it on the view. Then we're going to learn about routes. So if you've done any other development, for example, iOS, routes are kind of like working with the navigation controller. So basically telling where and like what views you want to open up depending on like a button press.
I have a question.
Sure.
Is this going to be, are we using Dr. Angela Yu's course with this or no? On Udemy?
I don't know.
So that's a no. Because she has a course, you know, I think it was titled 100 Days of Flutter, and then she does it day by day. So that's why I was asking.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know there was a Udemy course. I just found a Git repo and saw someone doing a 100-day Flutter challenge. So like, oh, I'll probably start one too. That's similar.
Awesome.
Yeah. So basically, going to start off with just creating a list screen and a text input. We'll add a button and then create a card. And then we probably won't have time this week, but the next one we'll do like an integration with Firebase and then move on from there. So pretty much working on the same app, just building upon it. And then by the end of the 100 days, it should be a full app, which I'll go through the process of submitting to both the Google Play Store and the App Store.
Awesome.
All right. I'm going to get started. If you have Visual Studio Code, I'm on a Mac. I don't know if any people's on a Windows or Mac here.
Yeah, I use both, but I'm in Windows.
Okay. I'm going to start a new project. We'll do a empty application.
So outside of Visual VS Code, is there anything else we need to install, like executables, anything before we able to build something?
Well, have you did the Flutter setup?
I have not.
So you need the SDK setup.
Okay.
You can go to flutter.dev, pick on your operating system, and then pretty much install Flutter and Dart. If you're on the Apple Mac Silicon, you'll have to use the Rosetta to install it.
Okay. Okay.
Any particular name we're going to use for the application?
I'm just going to create the basic template and then see if it runs. And I'm going to be using Chrome instead of Xcode or Android Studio to launch the simulator. We're not doing anything that's platform dependent right now. So it doesn't matter if we're on Android, iOS, or web.
Flutter bin.
So this is also going to be recorded, so you can always go back and follow along.
Awesome.
Yeah, and then if you have any questions, you can just type it in the chat, and then when I get to them, I'll either post it on the meetup group or send it to you. Okay, we have our main.dart. What we need to do here, I'm going to create our two routes first. Or actually, yeah, I'll create the routes first. Class, another widget. I'm going to get rid of this hello world. I don't want my main.app to be the actual main home screen. I don't like these scaffolds. Okay. So we're going to create a new Dart file. Probably name it list screen. Create our routes. Oh, I'm also using the AI tool from GitHub, Copilot. So you'll see it try to autocomplete some of my code. Just trying to figure out what I'm doing. Which saves a lot of time. Just complaining I don't have the list screen. Let's see here. Let's just finish this part off first. Why am I missing the method here? Build widgets. Have that down here. Let's see. Sorry, I'm still new to Swift, so I haven't really done too much with this one.
All right, so I just got done installing everything. The GitHub, I guess you're getting the projects from. Can you put that in chat? I'm not seeing that anywhere on the meeting page.
Oh, I didn't start the GitHub yet. I'll
Okay.
post one after this.
Okay.
Then you'll probably need to install the Visual Code plugins for Dart.
Okay. Let's see.
Stateful widget. Oh, there you go. Get rid of this. Just wondering why. Okay. Let's screen extend stateful widget. Why is this one complaining? Oh, private function, get rid of the underscore. All right. Back here. Constant's the issue. Now get the input screen. First, let's see if my list view works.
Hey, Ryan, so question.
Sure.
So I'm not familiar, if you said I stepped away for a moment to get coffee. I'm not familiar if you went over this or not, but very quickly, because I was unaware that you could have more than one .dart file. Are we following along, or have you not started, or because I was just wondering if you're going back and forth between two Dart files, and I wanted to know should we be emulating or copying any of this, or
So you can put all this into one Dart file. I like separating my screens. So
okay,
in the main.dart, I made my home screen my list screen. So I created a list screen.dart and then created a class here. So when the app runs, it's gonna run this main. Then when it runs the main, it's gonna go into here, and then it's gonna build out the app, and the main screen that's gonna load up is the home screen, and I set the home screen as being the list screen.
okay, but so the code that you have set up on the list screen already,
Yeah.
should that
So we actually don't need this part right now. So this was just auto generated from my GitHub tool.
Oh, okay,
Okay.
that makes a whole lot more sense to me. Thank you.
So I'm just gonna take that out for now. That's probably confusing everybody. Did I extend to the right class? Just gonna pull up one of my older projects real quick.
And I'm sorry. I'm sorry to be like a bit needy. Was there a GitHub repository that you guys went to?
No. So this is just a clean project.
Okay.
I'll post the code in the meetup group after.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Thank you.
Where am I getting the stateful widget error here? It's the same thing, I just don't have a key. Oh, I guess I was just missing the key. Okay. So we have our main running, we have the list screen, we have the route for the list screen. And now for the list screen, we want to do a list view. Flutter list views. So okay, list view, then the container. We're going to do a custom container, so we'll create a card for it. So what I'm going to do is create the container first. So I'm going to create another Dart file. So this is going to be another view. I call it IdeaCard. And I need to import the material, packaged. This is going to be stateless widget. And then keep it simple. It's just going to hold a string. be in the same body here. Need to override the view. And we're passing the build context. Turning the card. Card has child. That's the next view. Then let's add some simple padding. Edge and sets all. So we'll 16 all around. And within that, we'll have our text view with the title. Then I think I'm missing a bracket. There we go. Trying a constant as a constructor. It's just required. Okay, so we have a list view. We have the card for the list view. Then inside the list view, we need the, and I haven't created a list view yet. It auto-filled it for me. Nice. Oh, if you guys want to use the tool, it's called Copilot. So what it does is it tries to figure out what you're coding based on what you already have, and then it'll try to autofill the rest. So I think it's pretty cool. It's definitely worth it. I use it almost every day. It does whole different languages, so JavaScript, Python, Ruby. It does have a trial, so you can do the trial, and then if you like it, you can do the $10 a month. I think it's pretty awesome. So it's like peer programming with an AI.
There's another alternative you guys don't want to pay. Post it in the chat if you want to see it.
You have a free one, Codium?
Yes, yes. It's not as is almost as close as that one. The other fills, but I think Copilot is better.
Awesome. I'll definitely try it out. Looks like they have a, oh, it's free.
And it has an extension for VS Code.
Interesting, interesting. Have you tested it out with any of the coding challenges? Like
No,
on
I use it mostly for work. But,
okay.
our job is going to give us a Copilot.
Oh, nice.
In the meantime, I'm using this.
Yeah, Copilot saves a lot of time. And I know. Amazon
using
has
this one.
also.
Yeah, Amazon also they just released one.
That's pretty cool. I would definitely save this. And it also generates unit tests. Cool. Oh, where's my debugger view? So we have our list here. We have list items. What's next on? We need our input screen. And then we also need to do our floating button. Let's add in our floating button. First. So I'm going to need to do this within the scaffold. Here's the body. The body ends. This is, where does this array? Okay, this is an array for the children. That's easier to work with. Okay. Where does that end in here? This view ends there. Okay. So the next item would be our floating button. I think, yeah. So there's one provided for us. For now, I'm going to comment out our navigator. We don't have our input screen created yet. It's added in our icon for the add button. I'm going to do a hot refresh. Oh, nice. We have our add button now. Then we need to work on our input screen. We'll do the same thing, add a new Dart file, call this text input screen, create the class. Get that created. This is state to text input screen. Get back to that. I need the material import. And then I'm missing the build. So this is just going to hold a string. The app bar. Edit a column, creates a text field. When a text field changes, it assigns the value. It's going to show the text. Let's see how this one looks. Oh, I need to add the navigation to the screen also. So we need to create the route for our input screen. This is the text. I need to import it. Text input screen. Go back to the list. Navigator is going to push /add. Let's go to /add, which opens up the input screen. We have the input screen here. Let's get that a test. Oops. Text input screen isn't defined for main.app. What did I miss? Perfect. So we have our list and we have the text input screen. Was everybody able to follow along? Has VS Code up?
Almost there. Well,
Well, how far did you get?
I got as far as getting the list screen,
Okay.
the class, and started working on the IdeaCard too. I got my text input, but I gotta refine my code. It's all a mess.
And
Yeah,
are you running into any issues?
no, it's just trying to get myself acquainted with.
Yeah, I hope I'm not
So
moving.
I'll catch up.
Yeah, I'm learning with you guys too. I haven't done Flutter in a long time, so this is all still new to me. I mostly do native development with Kotlin and Swift, and then right now I'm trying to pick up Flutter because I'm trying to save time on development for developing on both platforms. We have about 18 minutes. So we might have enough time for doing something with data persistence. So basically, the goal is to have this list screen update from anything inputted in the text input screen. And with Flutter, I think that's with shared preferences. So this stores data in simple storage. So this would be similar to using NS user defaults on iOS or shared preferences on Android. I think we can do it in 15, 20 minutes. If not, we can continue during the next session. But so far for day one, I think this was a good start, getting the list screen in, getting the text input screen, adding the floating button, and then doing navigation with the routes. And if you notice at the URL at the top, you can see it goes to the ad page. And then for the home page, you don't see it because it's the home page. But I think it would show the same page if you do /list redirects back to the home page. All right, so we have the list screen, we have the text input screen. Now we want to be able to save the data. We'll save it locally first. And then we'll do the Flutter. We'll use Firestore next time. So I'm going to import this package on our list screen. So we're going to be using it here. It says share preferences. And then we want the list view here to load the data from an array, which we're going to store in the shared preferences. So create some variables here that we're going to store an array of strings called ideas. Then we want to load it from our shared preferences. So we're going to override the init, create this load idea function. So basically when the screen loads, it's going to load the list. This is saving me so much time. Love Copilot. So what we're doing here is creating the shared preferences. It's going to be asynchronous tasks. So we're going to have to wait when it comes back. We're loading the ideas in. If we don't get anything, it's just going to be an empty array. Then we need to change our list view here. So we need to use the list view builder, I think it's called. Oops, where's the So we're passing the item count. And then the item type. So we're going to return our card view instead of the list tile. Okay. So we're going to get rid of the hard-coded items for the cards we created. Oh, that's one way to do it. This is doing a loop off the array and then creating a card for each item in the array. I guess we'll do it both ways. We'll see how it works in the for loop here. And then we'll do it using the list view builder. So I'm just going to rerun this, making sure it runs. That works. We don't see our hard-coded items anymore. And the shared preferences should be empty right now. And then we're going to go into our text input screen here. And we're going to make it so anything we put in the text field, we're able to save it. And then when we go back to our list, we'll have the new item there. So back to our text input screen, we need to import the same package. And then we're going to do the same thing. Do we need a controller? I think text editing controller. Yeah, we need this one. Then we need a function to save the idea. So basically go into share preferences, get the list of strings, and then add it from the text field, and then set the string list. And then once we save, we wanted to push back to the previous screen. So we're going to use the navigator. So after it finishes, it's going to bring us back. And then we need to edit our view here. So we want to do a save. I'm going to get rid of this. We have the text field, and we have our save button on press. It's going to call our save idea function, and then go back to the previous screen. Where's our button? There we go. But it didn't load here. So that's because the state didn't refresh. So if I restart the app, my item loads. So two things we can do. We need to add a refresh button, or when we return back to the screen, we need to reload the list view. Oh, we got 5 minutes left. And I think we can do that by overriding. I think was did change. Did change dependencies. Reference in the territories. So when the state changes. All right, so we'll give that a try. Did change dependencies. And then we want to reload the ideas. So once we come back to this screen, we should see the new idea. Oops, here. Restart the app. Oh, it still didn't work. Give me 1 second. I'm just gonna rebuild. Nope. So it's not did change dependencies. I'm just gonna do a quick Google. refresh a list view from another widget. Do through a callback. We're at time. Okay, we'll finish off the next week. So one thing we need to do is refresh this list view when a new item's loaded, and then we'll get into adding Firebase.
Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you very
Thanks
much.
for joining, guys. If you have any questions, feedback, you can reply in the meetup group. And then if you have like any specific topic like you want me to go over, either on a new app or stuff you want to work on, just let me know.
Is there assignment today?
Excuse me?
Is there assignment today?
No assignment really. If you guys are following along and want to make the similar app, you guys can do like your own little touch on it. Like if you want to change the font color, that's pretty simple. Maybe do another line item in the card view. Just try to play around with it.
Thank you so much, Ryan.
Thanks, guys.
You said so, Ryan. You said the code is going to you're going to post it in is it a GitHub repository or?
Yes, I'll post a GitHub with the code I currently have, and then
Okay.
yeah, but you guys can.
Because I need to personally go over it. I'm a little more basic in mind, you guys, but I didn't want to hold you up asking 1,000 questions. So.
Oh no, no problem.
Thanks. Good night. Bye.
Yeah. Are you still working on it?
Yeah, I'm gonna leave. Yeah, I'm gonna working on it, and then I'm gonna come back next week.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah. So you're just putting good night. Have a good night. Are you said you're going to post the code and you're going to post. I mean, you're going to post the repository link in the meetup.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. So I'll use that, and I'll be back next week then.
Thanks.
Ready and prepared. Thank you, Ryan.
This was my first one, so I didn't get. Oh man, he jumped down. Everybody left.
Oh, okay. All right. All right.
Next week I'll be more prepared. Like I didn't try to do this right before the meeting, so I was like, oh, let me just hop in and just work on it while everybody's there.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think that if everybody gets the link off the hub, we'll all be ready, because that's probably why I was like dead silent, because it's like I was like I can't keep up at that speed, dude, right now. So if I get to go over it, I'll definitely be able to be more to contribute more and be more interactive with everybody else.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I was going really slow also because this is still new to me. So yeah, I haven't done Flutter in a while. Most of the time I've just been trying to make these small little apps, but I'm more into doing native code with Swift and Kotlin.
So let me ask you: is it because I see that you can learn Kotlin for free online? If you're going to learn Flutter, do you recommend also learning Kotlin beforehand, or learning do you recommend learning a native code beforehand? Would it help to learn Flutter, or because I'm new to programming?
Not necessarily, but you do need to learn like the nuances on how to use Xcode and Android Studio.
Okay, yeah, because I was using Android Studio and it's a little different. I didn't have a, yeah, it's a little different. So,
because Flutter builds the packages, but you still need to open up like Android Studio and sign the package. You still need to use Xcode to sign it and then upload it to the App Store. So like learning Flutter like a first time development type thing might be a little harder since you haven't done like native development and like learn how to use the Android Studio platform or Xcode.
So I mean, is there not to ask, is there for dummies for either one? Is there like really? Is there tutorials for for either one? Because I have both. Because I'm on a Windows device, so I didn't know which one to get. So I picked Visual Studio Code, but I thought that when I read over the documents, it seems like Flutter is a little more tailored to Android Studio. So I downloaded both and didn't know which, like, is there a way to? Yeah, it just kind of sucks being like this is my first language, if you will. So like it's overwhelming in both. It's overwhelming in both applications. So I don't know which IDE. I don't know which IDE I should go with. Which one has a shorter or smaller learning curve?
I would stick with Visual Studio Code, because you won't have to touch Android Studio until the end when you're deploying your app to the store.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. It's at the very end. Okay.
Yeah, you can still do Flutter development in Android Studio, but it's a little complex. Well, not complex. I guess you need to understand.
It seems convoluted.
Yeah, you need to learn like the folder structure and stuff when you're using Android Studio.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna open up your project in both just to see, like, is there, like, in terms of, is there any difference if I open up? Is there any difference if I open it up in both of IDEs and then go from there? Because I kind of want to kind of go line by line and then go on the .dev website to look up each appy and each widget to just understand, because I'm at that speed. But like I said, I want to come back next week prepared, because right now I don't have a job, so I have a whole lot more time. Well, I don't have a job until I'm starting until the end of the month, so I have a whole lot more time to actually go over it and understand what you did. Now, with this Teams video, is this Teams video recorded where I can go back over that?
Yep. Yeah, I'll share a link to that also.
Okay. All right. I won't take up any more of your night. Thank you for. So also one more thing. So with the 100 days, so we're trusting ourselves to code each day ourselves independently. So I should be able to. So I should come back next week with more of the app done with my own flavoring, right? Is that the understanding?
Yeah. So next week, you can play around with what the current code is. So if you want to add font styling, you want to make your list view card a little more unique, where you want to add like a colored background, maybe add different padding. Just basically just gets you used to learning how to work with the UI.
Okay.
Because most of Flutter, it's learning the UI, learning the scaffolding, learning how to do the child and parent views, learning how to work with columns.
Okay. All right. Yeah. And is there any other, like I said, because I have a lot of free time, is there any other, preferably, is there any other free resources that you could offer in the way of helping me learn Flutter? Like, I saw that there's code labs that I'm going to start and I'm going to do off of the Flutter website. I saw that, but is there anything else just by way of off the top of your head that you could think of that could possibly be helpful since I have more time?
Let me think. Have you tried, what's it called? If you go to Class Central.
Class
then,
Central?
yeah,
Hold on.
look, Flutter. They show you free courses you can take. I know Google has the Flutter development class. That's probably a good one. It's with Quick Labs.
Okay. Class Central.
Just share it in the chat.
Okay.
So basically, you can enroll in like this little Flutter course that they do.
Okay.
They start you off with like the Hello app, and then they go through like the different components and material. So learning like list view, the button, stuff like that. And then you go into the Dart framework. So Dart is like the programming language for Flutter.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll start with the what you sent me in the link. I'll copy the code from the repository, and then if I have any questions, just communicate with you through Meetup. Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right, Ryan. If I have any questions, which I probably will. As you can see, I'm a person who asks questions a lot. So, so I'll be reaching out to you then.
Okay.
All right, man. You have a good night.
You too. Thank you.
All right.